What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the game Tchia that comes out in just a few weeks. I want to talk about why I am getting the game, and you should too. This is a series of videos that I have made where I look at an upcoming game and talk about, whether I'm getting it, not getting it, or I'm somewhere in between. And I've been a big supporter of this game for quite a while. I've made a few videos, I think primarily on my second channel, Podcast Now Plus, but this game looks phenomenal. And a couple details, just in case you guys don't know, March 21st, right? So it actually comes out on Resident Evil week, which is close, and that's very exciting. We'll get to play both these games that week, but, it may be overshadowed by Resident Evil, plus the fact that, there's not that many eyes on Tchia. I'm not a moron. I do see online this game doesn't get a lot of attention, whatsoever. In fact, if you search this game on YouTube, you should find me, because I'm one of, if not the only one, that talks about it as much as I have. But really, this game, we've talked about it before, reminds me a lot of Windbound, reminds me a lot about Zelda, and we'll talk about some of those features as this video goes on. So like I said, March 21st, comes out on PS4, PS5, and on PC. The interesting thing is, at least at the time I'm recording this, it's still a wish-listed item on all those platforms. It actually doesn't have a price, at least that I could find. Now, it is on PlayStation Plus. If you have PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium, you get the game for free, right? So it's like Stray. So, I'll be playing it personally for free, but if you were going to buy it or you're going to get it on PC, I don't know the price. Somewhere probably in that $15 to $30. I know that's quite a range, but I imagine it's somewhere if it's like 20, 25 bucks. I'm really excited for this game, though. I mentioned Windbound a little while ago. It's got that art style. I've talked about the art style of this game in the past. I love it. I love how it looks. It immediately is a game that I'm interested in because of its visuals, but visuals are not everything. In fact, they're probably not even in the top 2 or 3, at least of my most important things a game must have. Visuals are not in the top 3, but it is a bonus, and it is something that can immediately draw my eyes to it. So it looks amazing, visually. The lighting, going underwater, the land, all that stuff looks really good. And then there's the game itself. So a little bit of Zelda. Also, I believe the game is Wilds, right? Where it's the game where you can kind of possess, I believe the game was canceled, right? Where you can possess things. So your main character, you got that scaling where it's got the stamina, which is very Zelda-like, right? You can sail, so you got, your means of transportation. You can glide, all of which looks a lot of fun. There's physics, so you can kind of pull back trees and it'll fling you, forward. A lot of really cool stuff. But then there's a possession-like thing where you can take control of things to get you from point A to point B, and they'll all have different kind of characteristics with them. So I think, at least from what we've seen so far, I think the gameplay looks extremely fun. It is going to be, I imagine, getting from point A to point B, but the amount of freedom they give you to do it seems quite large. And then there's the culture. So this is inspired off a real place. They went there. They kind of took, I believe, a tour. The studio went down. So they're really going for authenticity. It looks very similar. You got the map. I believe this game is not going to have waypoints or anything, kind of, a hold your hand kind of thing. Now, I get lost quite easily in games. I'm not the smartest when it comes to games, but I do respect games that say, hey, we want you to kind of get lost in this world and we want you to figure it out. Imagine you're actually there. And there's a couple things built into the game to help you so you don't get completely lost, but I like that mechanic. They got guitar, a little bit of Last of Us in there. Last of Us Part 2 is not the only game to have done it, but they are doing it as well with the different chords and playing songs. So this game honestly is a blend of a lot of different things. Again, the visuals, Windbound, some of the more getting from point A to point B, I would say like a Zelda with the stamina, but also you do have that possession thing, so it's a little mix of a couple different games, and then that culture of just trying to put you into that world. The game seems extremely unique while also taking from other games. I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at. But again, I really do believe this game is going to go under the radar. I don't think this game has ever attracted the attention that, say, Stray has had up until this point of release. So I don't think this game is going to be a top seller or a top, played game. I'm really excited for it. These are kind of games that I'm drawn to, these smaller out of nowhere things. So I'm looking forward to playing it. I'll have a review up, as soon as I get my hands on it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.